Okay, this is a shot from our house up in Colfax, up on Thornhill, May 18th, Sunday afternoon, and the sky started to darken. We thought we were in for another gully washer because we had been getting some lightning and thunder earlier in the week. As it turns out, it was Mount St Helens ash coming at us. We first learned about it from a cop that was coming around with a PA system. There you can see total darkness there. I mean, it was darker than a clouded over evening. I mean, it was total darkness. This is the morning after. Approximately 2.5 inches of ash were on the ground at our house. A lot of confusion about the danger of the ash. We were told first to wear masks that were wet, and we were told to turn the mask into dry mask. And they said the ash is acidic, and they said it was neutral. And you can see how light and fluffy the ash is. This car comes by and just driving in water almost. Again, they weren't sure about the damage to engines. Turns out it was pretty benign, as long as your filter system was good. Out picking up Joey's toy, the toy scooter. The wind started blowing. You can see it there blowing out of the bushes there about 10-15 miles an hour. So some people actually end up getting drifts of ash. There was about 600 people that were stranded in Colfax. We had 2 families at our house. This is basically what we did for the next 10 days is clean up. I didn't have a dust mask, so I just put a handkerchief and hat and coat on. I guess everybody thought they had to get it off the roof. I guess that's the first place to start cleanup, and then you clean up your yards. Everybody was sweeping it with brooms. A lot of water was used during the cleanup. There the kids tried to dress up like I did with goggles and masks. They didn't get outside though, not for a couple days. Again, you can just see the wind blowing. It looked like we were in the middle of a dust storm. The trouble is we didn't know where to, especially the homeowner, where to put the ash, so we had to get snow shovels out and at least get it out into the streets where front-end loaders would come and pick it up and put it in trucks and haul it off, and they would dump it into the flood control down on the North Palouse, South Palouse rivers. I think that year was the best start my garden ever had, and then we got covered with ash. We were actually told at one time to quit using water because so many people were using water to clean up it ran the reservoir tanks completely dry. So they set up pumps down on Main Street to pump water up out of the river to help use for the cleanup. This is the Main Street of Colfax. And you can see volunteer crews are down cleaning up. And again, they had water tanks that were filled up out of the river. Schools closed and never did reopen in Colfax. I think here in Spokane, they were closed for a week and then reopened. That's the flood control in the Palouse River. That's one of the pumps that they use to pump water up onto the water tanks. And here we have some pictures of cars again completely covered with ash. And here we're driving around the city of Colfax. I think that's actually coming up our Thorn Street Hill. And just kind of like snow removal. That's our house there in the center, almost there to the left of those big spruce. Again, there were many volunteers brought in tractors from their farms, tried to clean up. And again, this went on for days and days afterwards. I'm sure even today there's visible signs of ash in different places. Dig down deep enough, see uncut banks. They were just dumping it over the hillside on the back of behind that house there. Again, there's my 3 boys. This is before our 4th daughter was born in '83, so she has no memory. As I suppose a lot of people get tired of hearing about St Helens, but I guess we got to pass our stories on. This is a school, and since the school closed, we had to have something to do to earn our keep, so we actually started cleaning the ash off the roof, loading it in wheelbarrows, dumping it over the side, and then picking it up. Here comes the ag teacher. He's going to dump a load off, Fred Cockle. There was a lot of weight on the roofs, and they just didn't know, how much weight they could withstand.
This is a Lake Spokane Media production.